It's been months since the last Ask EVW video, and well, I'll have you know that I have no good reason for why I haven't done one. But here we are, welcome back to the room of EricVanWilderman. I record all my videos here, you guys have probably been here a lot recently, but it has a different atmosphere when it's an Ask EVW, alright? It feels different, can't you feel that? Doesn't it feel more open, more welcoming, right? I personally think it does. There's new things here like this relaxing body moisturizer that's sitting right beside my computer and that looks really bad. Oh god. You know, sometimes a man goes into a little bit of a dry spell, and by dry spell, I mean, like, literally dry, like, take a look at my feet. I'll show you. Holy, Take a look at these dry feet. Seriously, they've been cracking, and I don't know why. I bought a humidifier so that I could get them to uncrack. I don't know, I thought it would help because the air was dry here, and that's why I've also been lubing up my feet for the past few days. Like, that's why I put it beside my computer. I'm here all the time, and I really, like, lather up my feet, like, 3 times a day. So it's not what it looks like. Seriously, it's the feet, I'm telling you. Let's just get on with the questions. What's your favorite main level in GD? I think I've answered this before, but my favorite one is Electrodynamics or Geometrical Dominator. Love both those levels. I love the intensity of Electrodynamics. I love the ship game mode. It's probably one of my favorite game modes. I don't know what it is. It's just super satisfying when you nail a really hard section. The same could be said for the Wave. But me and the Wave, we sometimes don't get along. It is just straight up and down, you know, the ship is all, like, wibbly and wobbly. I'm really good at explaining things, aren't I? But Electrodynamics focuses on that, and that's why I love it. And Geometrical Dominator is, it's just cool. I love the way it looks, and I like the way it plays, and I love the song. What will you do if anime was real? Will you answer this comment in a serious manner? Well, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of a story that dates back about a year ago. It was last Easter, and I'd been hitting the bottle. I was a little bit drunk, and I wanted to play a prank on you, so I bought a Snickers bar from the store, and I ate the contents of the package, emptied it out, and I resealed it, but instead of the Snickers bar, I put my poo inside. Snuck into your house, I put that Snickers bar into your Easter basket, and the next morning I watched through the window. I watched you eat that Snickers bar. And you thought it was the most delicious thing in the world. And at that moment, I realized something beautiful. I realized that sometimes another man's garbage is another man's treasure. And it brought a tear to my eye. It's a beautiful world we live in. It's beautiful. Hey Eric, I just wanted to ask if you know anything about Tong Pseudo or Subakdo. It comes from Korea, but I can't find anything. I don't know much about it. Do is like a way of doing something, so it sounds like it's a martial art. I don't know. I know about Taekyon and Taekwondo. Taekwondo's the big one. Everyone knows Taekwondo. That's like global now. And Taekyon is like a more fluid, kind of like dancey version of it. But still, like, it can be lethal, right? Taekyon is really fun to watch. It's really cool. Dang Pseudo. I can see that in the Hangul right here. Dang Pseudo is a Korean martial art incorporating fighting principles from Subak. Techniques of what is commonly known as Tong Pseudo combine elements of karate, Subak, Taekyon, and Kung Fu, and Taekyon is in there as well. So Tong Pseudo is a mix of like all these different fighting styles that came from China, Korea, and Japan. That sounds really cool, but this is the first time I've ever heard of it. That's interesting. What do you think of the new levels in 2.1 and features? Well, I love the new features. It's great. It gives the game more longevity with the gauntlets and everything else surrounding it. The other items you can get, the diamonds, the shards, right? There's a lot of longevity. It's very, very cool. It gives you a reason to log in. The daily levels in particular are awesome. And what is your favorite 2.1 level? Woohoo! That's hard. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. Out of the ones I've played in terms of like decoration and looking cool, like Vooper is like amazing. I love the way Vooper looks. In terms of gameplay, I really like ToE 3. I had a really good time with it. I thought it was neat and it looked cool. I don't know, like I haven't played as much as other people have. I usually just focus on one level at a time. But yeah, ToE 3 that incorporated 2.1 elements is probably my favorite so far. Can you do a ghost pepper challenge once? Eat a ghost pepper each time you die in Cataclysm. Okay, I'm gonna practice right now. Ask me a question. Is that a banana sundae? Or is it a pair of balls with a mustache? Waifu? Well, if my waifu has to be anime related, my waifu is Misato from Evangelion. She's the best. She's such a real person. I could see myself hanging with her, drinking some beer, and then the next day being hungover and going to work and having to do some serious business. That's the way I roll. That's the way I've always rolled. Party hard, work hard. That's the way Misato is. She's the best. What is the absolute spiciest, hottest thing you have ever eaten? Well, let me tell you a story. This is probably gonna be really uninteresting, but when I was in high school, there was this guy who I wasn't really friends with, but he had a locker beside me, and in foods class, he stole like this really spicy pepper, and he didn't know what kind of pepper it was. I didn't know what kind of pepper it was, but the teacher said, oh, this is a really spicy pepper, and you guys shouldn't eat this, so don't eat it. So he took it, and it was in his locker for like a month. He just like had it sitting there at the top, and then one day he's like, Eric, I dare you to eat this. And you know, me being the stupid high school student I was, being super stubborn and not wanting to back down from a dare, I said to him, oh, I'm gonna eat this and it's not even gonna be a little spicy for me. I got balls of steel, I mean a mouth of steel. Let's do this. And so I just put the thing in my mouth and bit it and just did it all in one bite. And holy goddamn, that was the spiciest thing I've ever eaten. I couldn't go to my next class. My girlfriend was like, are you okay? And she was sitting with me during class. I was basically skipping. I was like, and I was just sweating profusely, like sitting outside on this bench. I just, holy shit, that lasted like an hour and a half of like pure torture. And then I just walked home before the bus even came. I never want to go through that pain ever again. I've had some pretty spicy food in Korea, but that mystery pepper that I had in high school was death. Holy crap, that thing was hot. Who is your favorite content creator in GD? Well, in GD, I like creators for different reasons, right? There's not just one end-all, be-all, best creator ever. You know, you guys know I like Serpunge's levels. I like Serpunge, they're beautiful levels, they're fun. You know, I like Laser Blitz for the crazy duels. Laser Blitz's levels are very well crafted. The gameplay is spot on. There's tons of creators I like, all for different reasons. Those were just a couple. You know, Jeyzor for really fun, innovative gameplay too. I like how they're kind of hard. Crazy Man for like the really unique timings, right? I really like them. They're very cleverly crafted. I just like the creators for different reasons. There's not a favorite. Me and my friends are thinking of making a game and I wanted to ask if I can make an Easter egg of you. Of course, make an Easter egg of me. That sounds awesome. I love being an Easter egg in video games. That'd be so cool. What YouTubers and videos do you watch on YouTube? Wow, I mean, there's a lot, right? I watch a lot of Vsauce, I watch PewDiePie, I watch H3H3, I watch Casey Neistat. Those are ones I watch regularly. There's like smaller science channels that I watch. There's all kinds, but the ones that I mentioned I watch quite a lot. What has been your most awkward experience with a girl you liked? Well, aside from the XXX variety that I can't say on YouTube, probably the most awkward experience is when I was in middle school. There was a dance. Went to the dance and I literally had to push the girl away from me because she was getting too close, and I popped like the biggest boner in the world. It was awkward, all right, because it's like, oh man, I really like you and I want to, you know, get you close and have a slow dance with you, but shit, man, like, this is the first time being this close to a girl and the thing's just going out of control. Fuck. What is your favorite place to go touring in Korea, and what are some good vegetarian foods from Korea? Well, there's a lot of places I like going for different reasons in Korea. Like if I like to go swimming, I like to go to the West Beach. The East Beach, the east side of the country, also has some good places to go, but I do prefer the west side. I like hiking, so the video I made going to Seongnisan is like one of my favorite things to do. I love going there. I love going up and down the mountain. It's so much fun. As for some vegetarian foods, I would say bibimbap is great. Basically bibimbap is like rice mixed with red pepper paste and vegetables with an egg on top, which is vegetarian. If you're a vegan, you can just tell them to leave the egg off of it, and it's a very delicious food to have. That's probably your best option, because you can find bibimbap in a lot of places. Do you watch The Walking Dead? I certainly do, but I'm still halfway through season 6. I haven't started the last half of season 6 and season 7 yet, so I'm behind. Do you think Serpunj should carry on making games? Of course Serpunj should, because Serpunj has an innate talent for game design, for sure. Will you ever play Ori and the Blind Forest? Great game in my opinion. I've heard from people close to me that the game is fantastic, and I will certainly play it. I don't know if I'll play it on the channel, maybe I'll stream it sometime, or just play it in my own time, but I would love to play it. I hear it's amazing. Have you ever watched the anime movie Your Name, or the Japanese name for it is Kimi no Nawa? I actually watched it on a flight when I was going to PAC South, and it is an incredible anime movie. I wish I would have watched it in the theaters though, but I mean, I can't, right? It would be in Japanese with Korean subtitles, and my Korean's pretty good, but it's not good enough to like fluently read subtitles like in a movie, right? I could understand what was going on mostly, but there would be little nuances that I wouldn't get, so yeah, I couldn't watch it in theaters here, which sucked, but I got to see it on a flight, and it was incredible. If you guys get a chance, Kimi no Nawa, it's called Your Name in English, it's amazing. Do a GD video, but the commentary is Korean language. Now, I've started studying Korean recently again. I need to improve. I probably could do a video with it now, but I want to get more fluent, and perhaps I'm gonna do a video in Korean later. I think that would be pretty cool. What was the bravest thing you've done? The bravest thing I've ever done was leaving my life behind in Canada and moving to Korea to teach English. That took a lot of bravery for me. My life wasn't going that well. I was like $10,000 in debt from schooling, and I was working at a restaurant. The economy was in the shitter, so my degree was marketing. There was nothing for me. There were no jobs where I was living in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I couldn't find anything, and so I gave up my life to go teach English in Korea, and I never looked back. It was the best decision in my life, but it was also the hardest because I had a girlfriend at the time that I'd been dating for a year and a half. I left her. It was super sad. We were crying at the airport, and we eventually broke up. We thought we could do the long distance thing. It didn't work out, and it took a lot to leave her behind to do that, but I mean, I had to, you know? It was like super sad. And, you know, also I was living with my brother, and I left him like alone in an apartment, and oh, it was so hard for me to do that. But if I didn't do that, my life probably wouldn't have ever gotten better and gotten to the point where I'm at today, where now I am currently very happy. Yeah, that took a lot of bravery. Who's your favorite hero at the moment at Overwatch? Actually, my favorite hero was D.Va. My favorite hero story and gameplay-wise still probably is D.Va, but I've been switching to Reinhardt just because Reinhardt's more useful in more situations, and I've been getting really good with Reinhardt on PC. I swapped from PS4 Overwatch to PC Overwatch, and I'm playing as Reinhardt in competitive a lot, gotten up to Platinum with him. Reinhardt is so much fun to play as, like a well-timed charge, and you know, your team follows you and gets like a team kill after you've initiated. It's so satisfying. I really like Reinhardt. What makes a horror game really horrifying for you? I really like a horror game that gets inside your head and it's very psychological, but I don't like games that are purely psychological. Like, a good example of something I really like is Silent Hill, because it's a lot of the stuff that happens in Silent Hill is a representation of the character. So a character goes to Silent Hill and the town manifests itself in a way that represents the fears or worries of the main character. So what the main character is going through is real, but it's also psychological. There are a lot of horror games these days that it's just pure psychological, like everything that happened isn't real and it's all in your head and you're just in a mental hospital. That to me is kind of boring, and it's been overdone so many times, and it feels like your actions in the game actually have no impact whatsoever. It's just, oh yeah, you're crazy, that's the twist, ha ha ha. So it can't be like 100% psychological, but a game that has spooks like ghosts and stuff, but also has the psychological aspect mixed in there. Supernatural mixed with psychological is like the best in my opinion. Are you smoking weed before recording your videos? If I smoked weed in Korea, they would send me right the hell home, so no, I'm not. What was your dream job before YouTube? I always wanted to become a game designer, but I dropped it because I started YouTube, but I'm certainly happy that I'm doing something with games, even though I never did become a designer, although I did have some cool ideas for some games that I wanted to design if I ever did become a designer, and then I realized that to fulfill my dream of making certain game, it would most likely have to be a AAA production, in which case I'd have to work my way up a company my whole life for the chances of perhaps making my game, and it would still be very slim, and I think it wouldn't even be worth it, because I probably wouldn't be able to make it because they'd be like, no, there's not enough explosions and stuff, and it's just, you know, it wouldn't have worked out anyways, I don't think. Have you played any of the Ace Attorney games? I've played every single one except for the newest one that got released, the 6th one in the main series. Yeah, that's the only one I haven't played. Do you have sex with Crazy? No, I don't have sex with Crazy, but I sure have crazy sex. Oh! How! Wow! He's wild in the bed.